Hello, hello, hello. We're back. Hello, beautiful. How are you? So I've been posting some impromptu, really spontaneous, candid videos for the last couple weeks. I figured since, the guys are out and I have the house to myself, I'll just come on up here and pop on and show you the latest with regards to my locks and my teeth, and just remind you of what's been going on with me, because it's been a minute. Not much really. It's a great new year. We started the new year pretty well. There's a lot going on with the impeachment, and there's a lot going on with viruses traveling around the world. But in my neck of the woods, thank the Lord, thank you, Jesus, it's been pretty calm, pretty quiet. I changed my liners tonight, so they're really tight. So I might sound like, something's wrong with me. But anyway, I just wanted to pop up here really quickly and just remind you guys of some of the things I'm using in my products. I'm in my 8th month. It's February. Today it's February 5th. And I've had freeform locks under my extensions for 8 months. So this is 8 months of growth. I have not retwisted them or anything, but the only thing I do is I color the roots with a root color, I think it's called. It's like root touch up, the one with the Asian woman on the box. I think that's like a black. So I color my roots with that. Turn around. You can see. I don't think I get all of my roots, but I color the front really well. There's a couple of them that have joined together. These. Over here. I don't know if you guys can see them, but yeah. The thing is, it's not much to say when I come on here. It's just, they're getting thicker underneath, which makes them so much more appealing, to me at least. The last time I came up here, I mentioned that one of the extensions let go of my hair, which is fine. If it doesn't want to hold on, or if my natural hair doesn't want anything holding on to it, I'll just let it, fall off. I won't put it back. I think it joined with, see, this one is stuck together. There's a big one over here. This one's kind of big. But yeah, they're freeform, meaning I don't twist them at the root. I just let them do what they want. And they're locking, believe it or not. See, this is a lock. Up here, up to here. It's locking. This is locked right here. This is where the extension is. I don't know if you can see it. And this is where my hair is, and it's locked. So that's what's going on all over my head. There's a couple of them that still aren't locked really well, like this one. But, for the most part, they're locking really nicely, and I'm really happy with them. A little reminder, I wash it with this every week. Bronner's peppermint soap. I oil it with this every other day. This is pretty thick. It's castor oil. And I also moisturize it every day, and it feels so good to spray this on my head. the rose water every single day. And I do not dilute it. And I spray it with the spray bottle. And I just rub it in. And I keep it moving. Now, I mentioned that I keep looking at myself instead of the camera. I have to look at the camera. I mentioned that I cut it. It was like a little longer, but I found it to be really heavy, especially when I washed it. So I figured if I cut just a little bit, maybe it'll make a difference in the way it feels, the weight of it. And I don't know if it makes a difference, but you know, I cut this area a lot, the top area, because I get concerned about the top area being heavy. So I cut these because they were longer. But you know, this area, like around my neck, the hair on my neck is pretty strong. So I didn't mind leaving that kind of long. But the hair up here, I find to be delicate, so I cut it. And the hair on my crown around here, I find to be delicate, so I, you know, cut some of those. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I try not to, you know, touch it too much, but I do run my fingers through it, especially after I wash it and wet it. And the reason is because I think that's what separates it when it's free-form locking. So it's creating its own parts when I run my fingers through it. But when I run my fingers through it, I can't do it from the root because it's tangled. It's trying to lock, it's trying to hold on. So when I want to separate the hair from the root, I do that gently and deliberately. But when I'm just, you know, dealing with it day to day, you know, like when I get in the car or when I'm in school and I want to run my fingers through it, like to throw it out of my face or something, I don't do it close to the root. I do it like further from the root, and I'm very delicate with it because I don't want to accidentally pop anything that belongs to me. But yeah, these extensions are swelling. You see how much volume is around my face? And I love that look. So the extensions are swelling, and then the hair underneath, which is my freeform locks, that's picking it up, making it look fuller. So if you were to look at one of my first videos, it looks a lot thinner. You can see my scalp really clearly. I feel like these are even stiffer in those earlier videos, but the older the extensions get, the more it mimics the way natural hair on my head is supposed to be. So I'm really, really happy with the way that it's, you know, turning out. Before I invested in this hair, which was very expensive, I bought it last April, I did lots and lots of research because I did not want to start my freeform journey without the aesthetic that I wanted. So I wanted an extension aesthetic, but I did not want to manipulate my roots in any way. So I wanted to deliberately grow freeform locks with extensions. Well, I scoured and scoured and scoured, looking and looking and looking for someone who was doing something similar, even if it's someone who had braids in their hair and just left it. I just wanted to see if that was possible, and I couldn't find anyone. I found people who have extension locks, but of course they're manipulating the roots. This I feel like, I'm not sure, you leave some comments below and let me know who else is doing this, but I feel like I'm the only one that is doing freeform locks with extensions attached. So that means there's no manipulation on the new growth or on the roots, other than, you know, the coloring, because I, you know, make sure that it stays dark. I don't like the gray. But other than the coloring of my roots, there's no manipulation. And so they're growing freeform. They're like attaching. I have a couple of them that are attached to some, you know, 2-headed dragons, 3-headed dragons, especially on the sides. I don't know why they're on the sides. And I don't know what's going to happen. I can't make any predictions. My goal is for it to grow, and as it grows, I trim it, and eventually I'll be able to trim mine. My goal is to have volume like this, and for it to be thick, and for it to be full. But my hair grows slowly, so I knew that my freeform lock journey would take a long time. There's a couple of YouTubers that I love to follow. One is Maya's World, I think, Maya's World. I love her freeform locks. They're beautiful. And I also love Halise. Halise is just genius with her cinematography, with her content, and with her beautiful locks. And she was the one that inspired me to go ahead and try this freeform journey, because she started her freeform journey after manicuring her locks. So she has lots and lots of locks, even though she started her freeform journey. So when I saw that she did it, I was like, okay, I might be okay. And then when I saw Amaya's World, she's the one who gives me that, I don't know, that positivity that makes me feel like, okay, I'm on the right track. There's another couple of people that I love that are doing these beautiful freeform locks. There's an artist named June, I forget her first name. She has beautiful freeform locks, but I've always been an admirer of freeform locks, especially on women. I don't know what it is. So that's my goal. I love what it's doing so far. I love the way it looks outside. I love the way it looks up. I love the way it looks back. You know, I don't put any tension on it. I rarely wear it up, or I rarely wear it in styles. But, I mean, I feel like this is a style. So I just wear it like this all the time. Isn't it pretty? It has so much body. I feel like each lock is getting fuller and fuller. I know Halise, sometimes she would brush hers to tease it and make it look fuller. Now, you know, I'm 52 years old, so I am going through menopause, and I have hot flashes from time to time. In fact, I'm having one right now. But when that happens, I obviously have to pick it up and get some oxygen, and you know, but that's pretty much the only time I manipulate it, other than when I go to the gym and when I wash it. Now, between washes, like every other wash, I rinse it with apple cider vinegar. And I find that to be important because of the fact that I get concerned about any growth or fungus on my scalp. Like I said, I'm going through menopause, and I have a tendency to just sweat out of the blue. And so sometimes I get concerned because there's so much of this hair on my head that the sweat fosters bacteria, perhaps. And I go to the gym, and sometimes I get caught in the rain. So to maintain the pH balance on my scalp, and to make sure there's no critters growing in my scalp, or the skin on my scalp is as healthy as it can possibly be, I really believe in periodically just rinsing my scalp and my hair with apple cider vinegar. And again, I don't dilute it. I just pour half the bottle in my head, hold my breath, scratch my head a lot, and then rinse it really well after a few minutes. And that's it. And it seems to be working pretty well. What else is here? I think that's it. So, you know, leave some comments. Let me know if you know of anyone else who's growing freeform locks with extensions. I'd be, you know, curious to know how their journey is turning out. I'd love to connect to them. And shout out to Halise and Amaya's World. I think her name is Amaya or Maya's World. You guys rock. You rock. I love your content. You know, and keep the content coming. I also love My Drab Life, I think. She's pretty cool. I love Our Rich Journey. I love to follow them. I love Earn Your Leisure. Those dudes are awesome. Yeah, so I'm having a good time with YouTube. Like I said before, I'm a new YouTuber, and I don't have the bells and whistles, but I do appreciate the people who are following me, who are subscribing to me, who are commenting, who are giving me some insight and inspiration and positivity. YouTube's been very gentle with this new YouTuber. I haven't gotten anything negative, thank God. But I'm strong, so please leave your comments, leave your compliments, leave your complaints down below. If you feel so inclined, please subscribe and press the notification so that you're aware every time I jump on and leave a little video, okay? Thank you so much. Take care.